frequently with duck, and works really nicely with turkeys if you're cooking turkeys for Thanksgiving. Right here in the neck, where the breast kind of comes to a V right here, right there is where the wishbone is, and you can kind of scrape a little bit right here. All I had to do was touch that one part, and you can hear me scraping the wishbone. And you can do that on both sides, or if you can figure out where it is, you can slip your knife so it just kind of runs in both sides. Chickens are a little bit, this is looking harder than I would want it to. And you can pull the wishbone out before you cook it, which in the case of a turkey, if you're carving a turkey, the wishbone really gets in the way of a whole big chunk of the breast. Once that's gone, you can separate the whole thing out.
So you do that before you cook it?
Yeah. All right. Chicken. The right in between the breast, there's a bone that sticks right up right here, and as long as you just make a little cut, you can do it on both sides of that, and it goes down to the other bone where all the good parts of the fried chicken are, where the little kind of ribs are. And as long as you just follow along the inside of the, scrape away at the inside of the carcass where the bone is, the breast just completely comes away like that. Once you see that you've got the whole breast, all the meat's cut away, you can just cut it off. Chicken breast. Same thing, other side. That just went from, I don't know, $3.25 a pound to $8.
Yeah.
And when you pay $8 for these, you don't get this. It seems kind of backwards in a way to me. If I was, I really want to do one of these classes where it's just a chicken. And here's 9 ways to handle a chicken. And if I was doing this, and I indicate in there, this would be what you want to have for dinner tonight. If you have young kids, you want to take this part off. Just comes right off. Otherwise, it's a flap. It looks like it's in the way. So there's chicken tenders. Save that for my daughter. My wife and I eat those. And then there's the rest of the stuff. The legs are in the joint right here. There's a couple ways you can do it. There's the line. If you can see that there's kind of a straight line down the back of the chicken. Generally speaking, I didn't find it.
So you need a good knife.
A good knife is definitely good. You can break the hinge where the thigh bone goes into the rest of the body, and then you just cut right along that line. It just comes right off. There is a little bit piece back here that people like to talk about called the oyster, and I probably did not get the oyster on this one, and it's, I've cut part of it in half, and so I have not done, for those intellectual types that need to get the oyster, you kind of have to take a different approach. And you have to, there's a little kind of pocket right there that captures that, and then the whole thing can come off. Still have wings, and again, there's a ball joint kind of right there with the wing. If you just effectively go after the armpit. It's a natural break point, and the knife goes right through. And you save these and put them in the freezer for a couple of months every week with your chicken until when Super Bowl comes and you can have chicken wings.
So you don't do that because it's all 50 weeks.
Right.
I like to break the carcass up usually. And when you go hacking at something like that, be very careful to use just this very one part of your knife where you have the most force of leverage and angle, and it's going to be the heaviest, thickest part of the knife, and it's one of the last ones to go dull. And then I kind of like to kind of just break the back. That actually will just come right apart. And these are mostly cartilage in here, these bones. You don't need to cut these out. I like to do it because it takes less space in a pot once you put them in there. So, let's see.